Kia ora. I'm Susan Freeman-Greene, Chief Executive of Engineering New Zealand. We recently carried out a survey with engineering students across New Zealand to find out how they are feeling during this unsettling time and whether they had any specific queries or concerns. We received a high number of responses, which we're really delighted about. And in this video series, I'm going to be speaking to some people in the engineering profession and from the world of academia and recruitment to see what advice they can give our engineers of tomorrow. So today I'm speaking to Darryl-Lee Wendelborn, Managing Director, New Zealand of Beca. Welcome, Darryl-Lee.
Kia ora, Susan, and thanks very much for having me.
Darryl-Lee, I'm just going to jump into a big question for you. 54% of our respondents feel that COVID-19 will impact on their ability to find employment. Here's a comment from one of the students about their worries. Careers fairs have been cancelled. There aren't any opportunities to network with industry members. So I'm not confident at all that I'll be able to secure a job over the summer of 2021. And my main concern is that businesses are too busy dealing with COVID-19 to have time to take on interns, much less train them. What would you say to these students who are worried about that?
It's a really good question, Susan, and I totally understand that concern. Certainly, I'd say there's lots of uncertainty out there, and it's really hard to know what things are going to look like in another 6 months. I guess what I would say is prepare for the things that we do know. So that means the things that we know that will change and the things that we know that won't change. So for us, I guess the things that don't change are the importance of graduates and interns in our businesses. It's vital to keep bringing in graduates and interns. Our graduates inspire us to continue to look at new ways of doing things, and they help us to continue to respond, I guess, with innovation and creativity. And that means interns as well. So we very much focus on long-term relationships with our interns around next cohort of graduates. So those are the things that won't change in our industry. And the things that will change, we've already seen them already. So much more is done online. So what does that mean for you? Well, for us, I guess it's certainly meant we've been doing more things online in the career space as well. So the University of Canterbury has had 2 online careers events recently, and University of Auckland has had 1 too. So I would expect to see more of these things in our industry. And certainly we're doing the same thing. So we are planning our next year graduate and internship programs to be mostly online. We would normally bring those groups together. So I guess if we translate that into preparing for that is, what do you need to think about to come across well in an online interview? So you don't have the opportunity face-to-face, but it's really important that you get across a sense of who you are, what you're passionate about. So it's really important to think about working on how you can present that in an online interview. The other aspect I would say is think about your non-technical skills. So, you might be an engineer or some other technical professional, but we're working in a fast-paced environment and we're dealing with new challenges every day. So what's really important is thinking about those non-technical skills, thinking about resilience, thinking about communication, your willingness to learn, getting across your empathy, as well as your problem-solving skills. That's not only going to stand you in good stead for your interview, but it's also going to go really well for your job and your career as a whole.
Wow, Darryl-Lee, that's fantastic and really useful for our students, I'm sure. It's really interesting in my role because quite often that's a message that we like to give at Engineering New Zealand. Is our employers are looking at the whole person, not just their technical skills. Yet still, we see a very strong focus on technical skills. when you look for the whole person, so you are looking for extracurricular activities and interests, are you, as you look at your CVs that come down the line?
Absolutely, Susan. Yeah, we really are. I guess it's about thinking, as I say, outside of your normal day-to-day kind of technical thinking, demonstrating that you can work in a team environment. We do a lot of work, obviously, around diversity and diversity of perspective in the way that we think about things. We use that on a day-to-day basis in terms of, by definition, we're multidisciplinary consultancies. And so we already value the differing perspectives around a particular challenge or problem. So demonstrating how you can appreciate those, how you can get out of maybe necessarily your core discipline, but add value in different ways is, teamwork is a very core element of what we do. So absolutely.
Thank you for that. And so am I right in hearing that you're translating your intern graduate program from normally in the office to online for the most part?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Definitely, I think, our numbers are likely to be slightly reduced this year. Bearing in mind we normally take, maybe 120 graduates each year. It's probably going to be under 100, but, so there will be a limit in that. Bringing a group together like that is a big challenge, especially online. And so we've got our talent development working now around what that might look like. I guess it's a really good opportunity to find new ways to do things, because whenever you do have that opportunity, you find better ways at doing things when you've got challenges. I mean, that's the fabulous thing about having a crisis or a challenge to deal with is often you learn things that you would never have learned otherwise. So we're picking, so normally, yes, we would bring 120 graduates together at 2 or 3 times during a year and have them work in teamworks. Now what we might have to do is regionally based smaller team activities and then collaborate online to deliver those those pieces of work. So who knows? And I guess what's beautiful in that opportunity as well is that that the graduates and the interns can be part of designing what works for them for our future interns and graduates.
So just classic engineering skills, right? To be able to co-design and design a program that works for you. So thank you so much for giving us your time today, Darryl-Lee. I'm sure we'll get a lot of feedback about and a lot of reassured students that they should just keep working at what they're doing, and there will be opportunities for them. So thank you so much for that.
Thanks, Susan. Thanks so much.
And be sure to check out the other videos in the series as I speak to more people in the engineering profession from the world of academia and recruitment to see what advice they can give to our engineers of tomorrow. Thank you very much.